What's good, y'all? Welcome to Whole Views. Thank you for clicking that thumbnail. And today we're going to be doing a movie review for Spaceman. Spaceman is starring Adam Sandler and produced by Netflix, and that is a horrible way to start any movie experience. My experience with watching the Adam Sandler produced and starring films in his deal with Netflix have been horrible. I really haven't enjoyed many of those movies that he's put out. But I must say, I did enjoy Spaceman. I found it to be really good. It's probably the weirdest thing that I've watched in a very long time. And it was actually very hard for me to put a rating on it. So let's start there with the rating, then we'll move to the likes, the dislikes, and do a few spoiler questions for those people who have watched the film. This movie is in the good category to me, and that is because when I wrote out my likes and dislikes, I was heavy on the likes. I really enjoyed the things I really enjoyed. But at the same time, I can easily see how somebody else could watch this movie and hate it. Let's talk about the likes. What do you like from this movie? I really like the performances of Adam Sandler and Paul Dano. I also feel like the story was a good story. A man on an isolation mission was very intriguing to me. The relationship aspect of the film between Adam Sandler and the character who's his wife, like I really enjoyed that. That was interesting and it made me think a lot. Paul Dano plays the spider who Adam Sandler eventually names Hanush. I will refer to that character as Hanush for the rest of this movie review. And I really like Hanush and his motives, that character, and the reason why he does what he does. I like it. I do have a few practical questions that I want to ask about Hanush, and that's going to be in the spoiler section, so stick with me. But the questions that I have in relation to his character do not stop me from enjoying his performance as well as the character and his motives and everything else. Another big like is the cinematography. And so modern technology and CGI has gotten to the point now where everyone can do space so well. I enjoyed this movie quite a bit because all the zero gravity stuff, just spinning around, and the floating liquids and the food and the instruments and the tools, everything looks so good, and it really immerses you in the idea of these characters actually being in space. I enjoy it so much, and technology has brought us to a place where you can enjoy all the space movies and they will all look incredibly authentic. Let's go dislikes. Small section of dislikes. I didn't like that the movie is kind of slow. I know that it was a drama and it was billed as a drama and deep and introspective and causing you to think, but the pacing of it just felt like it dragged a bit to me. I do enjoy the emotional journey that Adam Sandler's character went on, but at the same time I can see how someone else could watch this movie and feel unsatisfied at the way that the movie moves along and ultimately ends. Another small dislike for me is that I did not enjoy the way Adam Sandler's accent would come and go. I just didn't care for the way that sometimes it was very prominent, and then at other times his accent was almost non-existent and it was just Adam Sandler whispering. I took issue with that, and I have more thoughts on nationalities and countries and stuff, but that's going to come in the spoiler section. But those are my dislikes. Not very many dislikes. So speaking of spoilers, let's go ahead and move right along into the spoiler section. So if you haven't seen the movie, maybe you want to watch it before you hear me say what I'm going to say. But these are the spoiler questions that I have in relation to the film. And if you feel like answering any, please drop them in the comment section. Starting off with number one, how in the hell did Hanush get on the ship? And bigger question, was Hanush real? Did he make up the spider in his mind? Because practically it's very hard to get Hanush on the ship without Adam Sandler knowing. There would have to be some kind of compartment left open. Maybe he can manipulate the size of his body and squeeze into tight spaces, but this is a spaceship in the vacuum of space, and they show it here. Like when things are opened up, things fly out. Like there's no way that Hanush, the spider, would have been able to get in without Sandler noticing. And so I feel like you have to explain to me how the spider got on the ship, and they don't really do that. And that leans into the idea that it was all in his mind and he created this hallucination being out there in isolation for so long. But the reason why I push back against that thought is that the spider actually did things. Like he affected a phone call, like he hung up on someone. And it's like, how would he be able to do that unless the hallucination was so deep that Sandler did it and he didn't know he did it? I don't know. I don't want to go that hard into the thought of the movie. I just feel like the movie is very good. And if you took the spider out, and the creators came in and they said, hey, Hanush was really just a hallucination. He never really went on any journey with the spider. He just experienced going through that purple cloud all alone. And the spider was just in his head. That's fine. That's fine. But I felt like the character was really well done. And I like the idea that he was really there. He got on the ship some type of way. So those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts. Question number two, not as big, but a question. Did y'all feel the wife in the movie? Because I did not feel the wife. I know that she plays a character who is kind of fed up with Adam Sandler and the way that he does things, and that's explored throughout the film. I just feel like you should have left him a long time ago. Like the idea that you wait until he's on this mission and he's been on the mission and you've been communicating with him all this time, and then by the time we jump in at the point of the film, you're done with him. And it's just like, what could have been said that was worse than some of the stuff that he did as a person? I just don't see it. I see like things happening conveniently timed for the purposes of a movie. And I get that, but man, some of the stuff that he did in the movie is like, yeah, you could have asked the old boy out way back when this happened, and she chose not to. So I just feel like that was a kind of a missed opportunity or a misstep with the wife. I didn't all the way feel her storyline and the reason why she did what she did. Question number three is a bit more funny. Where is the United States in this world that y'all have created? Because Hanush was flying for the Czech Republic, and that's cool. It's different. It's not a country that you get to hear people vocalize and speak about and talk about or be at the forefront of media. So that's cool, Czech Republic. You also have the Koreans. The Koreans are the other ship that is like out there in the area that is sailing toward this purple cloud. And it's like, okay, cool. The Koreans are there. Where's the United States? Think about it. The way the United States operates, there's no way that there's a space anomaly that everyone can reach and the United States chooses to stay at home and mind their business. There's no damn way that we as a nation are not exploring when everybody else is exploring. So what happened to the US that they didn't choose to send a vessel out there to explore this cloud? That was the thing that was on my mind. I just feel like we wouldn't mind our business and leave well enough alone and just be happy and thankful that we're here. I don't think we would do that. I think that we would absolutely, as a nation, send someone out there to investigate. Even though other countries are sending people out there, I don't think we would pool and share resources or anything like that. I think that we would want to be at the forefront because that's America. Got to be at the forefront. But those are my thoughts on the movie. I know how some people may not like this movie, but I thought it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's one of the weirdest things that I've watched in a very, very long time. And I still enjoyed it. And I could also see clearly how some people might watch it and just feel like, yo, this is trash. This is more garbage from Adam Sandler and Netflix. They just throwing stuff out there. I thought this one was well done. And it had a lot of thought put into it. And it made me think a significant amount about some of the things that we discuss here in this video. So share your thoughts if you choose to do so. And that's all we have for this one, y'all. Enjoy yourself, guard your heart, and go watch something good.